God damn you, Matt. So you know that clip that was going around a little bit ago. That clip of that drunk lady at that fraud hearing that was going around a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? People kept sending it to me. Maybe you didn't see it. There's this lady that was definitely very drunk, and she was talking about how she's definitely seen totally a bunch of fraud in Michigan. Well, our favorite. What is the best way to describe these people? There's two of them. Fan favorites. Okay. So like Two Girls, One Cup, but this is two guys, one brain. They share an IQ. They don't have enough RAM between them. Let's just say that. It's these kids. It's I forget their names again. Young conservative brothers. They're young, they're conservative, and they're brothers. It's like Justin Roiland improv them into existence. I don't understand. Young conservative brother. Anyway, so here's them literally defending the drunk lady. This is gonna be a good one.
We are the Young Conservative Brothers.
Oh God, that's so cringy. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm never. And then the fact that I want to point this out. I don't know if you guys can see this as well. I'm gonna make it bigger on your screen so you can see. Can you see the fact that like the I know exactly what they did here. So the font here. Thanks, Hannah, for giving one to Baja. The font here is obviously like out of definition, right? Like it's so what they did was they made this like font they in their editing video or editing program or whatever. The Young Conservative Brothers, subscribe, whatever. Subscribe, share, like, because yeah, I know. So instead of making the font bigger, they clicked and dragged the picture of this font larger, and so it lost definition. It's just hilarious to me. I don't know. There's something funny about that. That's just for me, maybe, or anyone that edits videos. I just know what they did, and it makes it look worse because they're too stupid to figure out how to do it right. I don't know. I just really love it. Like the twins from The Shining, a little bit more like Letterkenny, but without any writing.
And we're here to break the stigma that white people can't talk about race, the system, and the government.
I like that they pretend that there's a stigma that white people can't talk about race, the system, or the government. It's like we talk about whatever we want. We're white. That's the point. Isn't that the point? We've never had things we can't talk about. What do you mean? Anyway, their thesis is just dumb. I don't know. Letterkenny is a good show. Yeah, and everyone there is a stupid dumb, which is the funny part.
Well, stopping these radical left Democrats join this beautiful country that we live in.
And if you are new here, don't forget to click down, subscribe.
What did he say?
And turn on notifications.
Hold on. What did he say? I can't understand these kids.
Stopping these radical left Democrats join this beautiful country that we live in.
These radical left Democrats join this beautiful... I can't...
And if you are new here, don't forget to...
And if you're what? Anybody? If you are new here... Oh, that makes sense.
Democrats join this beautiful country that we live in.
And if you are new here, don't forget to...
Wait, why is the...
Click down, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get new videos when we upload.
Okay, all right, we got it now. I just couldn't understand him. Okay.
So today, we're going to get into how yesterday they had a hearing with Giuliani and everything in Michigan. Going over all the voter frauds.
This was from December 3rd, so only yesterday. I swear, right-wingers every right winger lives almost entirely online. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but
Stuff. That's finally, the legislative hearings are finally starting to happen. Arizona, we know of. We made a video of. Pennsylvania had one, and now Michigan.
Yep.
And a lot of stuff's coming out of every single one of them.
And
you know, like when kids find out Santa Claus isn't real? Sorry, chat. Santa Claus isn't real. You know when kids find out Santa Claus isn't real? Is this the same thing for these two? Like this right here. Is this going to just crush them? I actually don't know how. Like, there's something about reality that just doesn't jive with Republicans. I don't really understand. I'm just smashing everything. Stop it. And Itchy, shut up. I don't know what. There was some art sent to me recently that I thought was funny, that I thought you would like. So we'll look at that real quick because it's relevant. There was this was sent to me recently. A beautiful picture of me made by Santa is Real. I will not take it back. By Brooke, who's Brooke MH Arts, who is fantastic, who did a really good art of the art. A lot of fun stuff. And so there was an empty phone, and it was like, hey, make a fake phone background for me. So some people submitted that as a little wheat. Here's the dog from that one thing, and then this is a really good one, even though it's not quite the same thing. Yeah, I really think this is the way that they should go. I really think this is the way it should end up. Just a shelf of corn, me in the back, a flag of the that happening, and then they could really just upgrade their entire set really quickly, really quickly. Be part of the cultists. That'd be okay. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it wouldn't be the worst thing anyway. Young conservative brothers. All right.
it's coming right one after another after another. It's like not one week, the next week. It's pretty much days right after.
That's the thing, going. And this one was more like the attacking. The legislators, of course, the Democrat legislators were attacking the witnesses, saying, "Oh, you have no credibility." You know, people are rolling it out. All they just pretty much just kind of like harassing them and not like make them want to speak out.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into the video real soon between the witness and a representative. He's a Democrat, Darren Camilleri. I think I said his name right. I don't really care anymore. But he's pushing his false information out on the witness, which has been there. And just a little highlight on the witness. She's an IT worker that works for Dominion. And she was up on the stage, not where the normal poll workers are, that count the ballots and all that. She's actually dealing with the software. So she knows a little more information, and she's going to be going into what she has seen there and what she has seen elsewhere
and
with their other workers.
One thing is how he kept on, you'll see the video clip, oh, no credibility, the judge ruled it. So you're going to keep on saying there's no credibility, no credibility.
Did you know, did they know that, like, when you claim something in a legal proceeding, you have to prove it. And if you are shown to be not credible, that's why they dismiss it. And if people find you not credible, there's been nonpartisan judges all over the country that have found the Trump shit not credible. It's so sad. It's so sad that you are falling into the trap. I hope these guys don't have any money, but if they do have money, I hope they haven't given any of it to the Trump administration for this, because the Trump administration is just trying to make money to cover some of their debts from the failed election. That's all they're doing right now. This is it's just a grift. Please don't give your money to these people. You need it more.
Why don't you just listen and shut up and see what she's going to say?
Because that's not how that works. You need it's called scrutiny. You scrutinize what happens when it comes in. You show skepticism. You ask clarifying questions. And this bitch walked into the shit drunk as fuck, dude. Like, clearly she had some Long Island iced teas. I can't even. All right, they're going to show the clip
At the end of the day, just see
shortly.
For yourself. But no, they just got
Amazing.
pushed no credibility. Because honestly, deep inside, they know there's fraud. They know they stole this election. They just don't want to admit it.
7 million votes. 7 million. 7 million votes. You lost. You lose. You losers. You lost. You lost.
They're evil people.
And then they just want to shut them down.
Yep,
so
at
we're
the end of the day,
we're going to get into this video of the
We're gonna go.
witness pretty much putting out her plea.
Mr. Chair, and thank you for your testimony. Going back to the ruling from Judge Kenny, Timothy Kenny.
Judge Timothy Kenny. Judge Timothy Kenny. The Honorable Judge Kenny. Honorable Judge Timothy M. Kenny. Oh, he's in Greektown. Nice. Solid. How do I figure out I don't know anything about him. Here he is. Honorable Timothy Kenny. Judge Kenny served as presiding judge of the criminal division, co-chief judge, blah, blah, blah. Mental health adult drug court program. 20 years as Wayne County prosecutor, which is Wayne County is Detroit. Practice of law before the Line State Bar, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say anything about his political affiliation. I don't know who he is. Anyway. Ballotpedia, maybe I can look there, I don't know. Having two first names illegal? Not in this case.
He writes that your description of the events at the TCF Center does not square with any other affidavits.
Okay, so right here, young conservative brothers! Something that you should have listened to was the first 3 seconds of this, or whatever, where he says, hey, this lady's specific affidavit can't be reconciled with other people's sworn affidavits, including others that would agree that there was collusion or fraud or whatever the fuck you're calling it. It doesn't jive with other people's reports. So that's how we decide what things are true.
Yeah. He says that there are. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Please,
Thank you.
let's let the representative finish, and then you can.
He writes that there are no other reports of lost data or tabulating machines that jammed repeatedly every hour during the count.
Yep.
He also writes that neither Republican nor Democratic challengers nor city officials substantiate your version of these events. The allegations simply are not credible, is what Judge Kenny writes. So my question for you is, you're making claims here today that there's systematic fraud in what's going on in our elections. Are the courts also tied up in that fraud?
Uh-oh. So, I already forgot their names. Alex and Jared. I don't know if they have names. Maybe they don't. So as you see here, this is uncorroborated. This is at a hearing. You have to make, this is the point where if you are making these sworn affidavits, if you are making this claim, you have to find a way to link what you are saying is happening with reality. So that's how. Wicked Ways, thanks for the tier 1.
Let me tell you what I did by accident, okay?
Oh my fucking God. She is deep in the sauce right now. Can you hear this?
I gave Channel 7 an interview that they tied in to that and made me the witness that's uncredible. Guess what? There's going to be a couple behind me that are going to say the same thing I just said. And
the witness before you was also proven not credible as well by the same judge.
Oh, no, she wasn't, because she wasn't even there.
Representative Camilleri, let's let her finish, please.
The very first time.
The very first time. I gotta say, as a Michigander, I am embarrassed to admit that that is how people talk here when they're drunk. You know, I don't want to hear any more about this election stuff. You know, I think that Joe Biden, and they say Biden, Donald Trump, he was a good president. Now, I'm not saying I don't get this Black Lives Matter stuff. I think your lives matter. I fucking hate this place. But it's also a beautiful place. We need to get... Honestly, if Michigan didn't have the accent that it has, #1 state in the union. I'm convinced people don't move here specifically because of that. Otherwise, we're doing pretty okay. But, boy, is it grating.
So I just want to understand, I don't know what exactly all the things that are being talked about there are, but can you tell us what you said today is the truth? Is that correct?
Sir, I wrote a written affidavit. Yes, it is 100% true.
100. I'm sorry. She's full of shit, but like all I'm fixated on is how she talks. A written
Her ramble was just
100% true. I'm telling you, this is how we talk. Well, it's not how I talk anymore, but I used to. I moved away. Thanks, Puffin Time, for following and giving me a tier 1 sub. Appreciate you.
Okay, and
I can't stop looking at that hair. Namretic. When I read that, I thought you said I can't stop looking at her hat.
okay, and did other people observe this?
Absolutely. And behind me, you're going to hear a couple.
You're gonna hear a couple. What is her hair? Her hair that is called the Tammy. That is a Michigan special right there. That is a Tammy. That's a good look here.
Okay, and we'll hear from them.
And let me just state this: I was an IT worker on the stage.
Alpha Karens are not called Karens; they're called Tammys. I just said that.
I was working with Dominion. I had no poll workers were not allowed on the stage. The data loss, nobody would have heard about that besides me, Samuel, and Nick. Okay? Just like nobody knows that Samuel went to the Chicago warehouse besides me because I worked for Dominion.
Wow. There's they pulled her right out of the Phoenix Wright game.
They didn't.
I'm so sorry, United States.
They're not going to hear that part. You know what I mean? The poll workers are not going to know that Samuel, they're not even going to know who he is. You know, they're not going to know that he went to the warehouse.
None of this makes sense. I don't know how you... Okay, let's say you're 100% Team Trump right now, okay? You're a 400 IQ Trump supporter. How is whatever she's saying, how does this register to you as coherent statements? I do not understand. I have not seen anybody going to bat for her except for these two dum-dums. Everybody else is like, haha, look at this drunk lady at this government thing.
So, can you? I think what Representative Camilleri is asking is,
why'd you take your mask off, Matt? That was weird.
Perhaps why is it that more people, and I know we have a couple here today, but why is it that we're not having more people come forward? I mean, it seems like if there was all this widespread fraud, that we'd have dozens and dozens of people.
I'll tell you why. My life has been destroyed. My life has been completely destroyed because of this. I've lost family. I've lost friends. I've been threatened. My kids have been threatened. I've had to move.
Wait. Since the election, you've had to move? It was 30 days ago. What are you talking about? Wait, her life has been destroyed since November 3rd? 4th? What are you talking about? Did you know she's an aspiring actress? Oh, really? She's not going to make it. Yeah, what? What about... she break her lease? I have no idea. I don't know what's happening.
I've had to change my phone number. I've had to get rid of social media.
Since the election or since you claimed there was fraud? In either way, what's your social media, lady? I'm interested. Is it a parlor? Bob Stoner, thanks for following. R2B, thanks for following.
Nobody wants to come forward. Okay. They're getting threatened.
By who?
Their lives are getting ruined. I can't even get an actual job anymore.
I can't even get an actual job anymore. Well, it sounds to me like the free market has spoken, Tammy. Sounds to me like maybe you should consider your understanding of markets. In fact, I'm very interested. You're doing this. I'm surprised you're not hired by some sort of right-wing think tank. They could use your brain power, of which you clearly have a surplus.
I can't. Because Democrats like to ruin your lives. That's why.
All right.
Democrats like to ruin your lives. Now, I don't know about Democrats. I'm not one of them. But I imagine she means left-leaning people, right? As far as what I want to happen to you, crazy lady, here's what I want to happen to you, okay? Here are my fucking threats, all right? Are you ready for a series of hardcore threats? Because I'm about to threaten this Tammy bitch, okay? Here's what's going to happen. Lunos, thanks so much for the 32 months. Here's what's going to happen. If you don't give me what I want right now, Tammy, which is you just shut the fuck up, okay? We stole this election fair and square. It is obvious that a lot of us we didn't just vote, okay? We voted twice. We all voted twice. There it is. That's how we did it. I don't know how they think we did, but that's how we did it, okay? Here are my fucking threats, okay? If you don't stop exposing our lies and our deceit because we're Democrats or whatever, here's what's gonna happen. I am gonna advocate for fucking this COVID stimulus check so fast. Holy shit! I am gonna make sure that you and your unemployed Tammy ass get multiple months worth of paychecks to incentivize you to stay at home. Fucking take that! Woo! And another thing. I want you to have access to health care regardless of your income. Boom! Take that, bitch. Take that, Tammy. You swamp monster. Roasted. Ba.
Her ramble was just a gorilla.
Woo! With dental and vision. Crushed them. You know what else I'm going to do? You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to advocate that Joe Biden decriminalizes marijuana. Woo! You better stop exposing us. Those three things are happening. Those three things, they're happening. Shaking your Uggs, Tammy.
See, you're not credible. This judge told this, and then they said it all to all the witnesses. You're not credible. The judge put it. You're not credible. You're not credible. Why don't you just listen?
That wasn't a judge. That wasn't the judge. The judge said they weren't credible. That wasn't a judge. They were saying the judge was saying that they weren't credible. What?
And shut up and listen what actually happened.
Listen what? Hey. I agree, guy on the left. We should listen what really happened. Frankly, I think all of America should listen what happened. How do you feel, chat? Should we listen to what happened? I think that's what should happen. I feel like Happen should listen.
You got to remember, these people are under oath. If they tell a lie, they will go to jail.
Oh, wait, no. That only works for Republicans.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember when Democrats with Comey and all of them, Peter Strzok was...
Wait. Was Comey a Democrat? Am I nuts? Bet at your own risk, Noodles. If I don't read it, I don't read it. Fuck. You're going to make me a corn hymn sing you? I want that. I want that a lot. What was I going to read? James Comey. Is he a Democrat? Am I nuts? I thought he was a Republican for years. Prior to 2016, his entire life he'd been a Republican. What are you talking about? His entire life? What? He was installed by George W. Bush. He's a Republican. His whole life. And now he's an independent. Come on, man. Oh.
Lying to Congress under oath. Nothing's happening to them, but this is a kind of a Republican, a witness.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it comes out. If you lie under oath, you're going to go to jail. But that's the problem. These Democrats don't care what you got to say. Because they know what happened. They're just trying to deny. They're trying to... So what they're really trying to do there, if anyone that's really airing it, because we know the main news outlets are not airing these hearings.
I'm positive you can find these all over the place. I've seen so much hearing footage. What are these guys talking about? You just showed it on the internet. We just saw it. What?
Because how sad and evil they are, because they try to hide voter fraud from all their viewers that are brainwashed. But they're trying to do that. There's no credibility. So people are in the, just on the outside. They barely look at politics. Are like, oh yeah, see, this representative said that there's no, it's no credibility.
He's an elected official, so he must know.
That's.
Is this how they think legal proceedings work? That they have to be aired on, I don't know, CNN or some shit to be legitimate? I don't understand what they want. Like, what do they want from this? Do you want more people to see them so that we can make fun of Tammy and her hair and her accent? Or do you want fewer people to see them? Do you want us to count the votes, or do you want us to stop counting the votes? I mean, be honest. All you really want, you don't want the truth. You want Donald Trump to win the election. Do you care more about the reality of his loss or the unreality of his win? I don't really understand what's in it for you. I really don't understand what they want. Besides a Trump win, like every single time you've challenged the recounts or whatever, they go and they vote, or they count them by hand, and Biden gets like a larger lead. I still fucking understand, man. It's so sad. It's so sad to watch you guys do this. How long? When do you think the last day is that they're gonna do this? Is it gonna be January 20th? No, it'll be months after that.
Where they're trying to just brainwash people thinking that. But
yeah,
you want to get into more?
Yeah, but just like what you brought up in the end, she's 100% correct. Democrats, all they do is want to destroy your life.
God.
They pretty much said she was threatened, her children were threatened. She had to move her house because she was probably getting bombarded at her house, getting doxxed. Had to change her.
Do we have any proof that she got doxxed? I don't even know who she is. Did she actually get doxxed? She moved her whole house. Yeah, they much like when you sell your beachfront home to Aquaman, you pick up your whole house. Yeah, her whole house. Yeah, they don't know who this person is, neither do we. Yeah, like an Up. Yeah, with balloons.
phone number, pretty much going through the whole entire extreme room, social media. Then now she can't even get a normal job.
No.
Okay, so what if... I don't know. Let me just see. Michigan drunk hearing lady. I don't know. It's Michigan voter fraud goes viral. Okay. Alleged flatulence. Ooh, what? Oh, because Giuliani took a shit. Giuliani took a big fart. Did you see that? That actually happened.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The answer.
have a point of order?
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you.
I like that he stopped to squeeze. I really appreciate that he stopped to squeeze it. A drunk woman is Trump's team star witness?
The poll book is completely off. Completely off.
Let's see more.
That
30,000?
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book. Why don't you look at the registered voters on there? How many registered voters are on there? Do you even know the answer to that?
No, I guess I'm trying to get to the bottom
Zero.
of this here.
Zero. There's zero.
So, my question then is if the
Guess how many? Wait. What about the turnout rate? 120%.
Let's let Representative Johnson ask his question,
So-
please.
so the poll book number. Okay, there's
This is amazing. Easy peasy. Thanks,
two
Paul.
things that could happen here. Either the poll book number, if ballots were counted multiple times, there's two options.
This is a Republican she's talking to. A Republican. I don't think I have is there a genderqueer flag? I don't think there is. Is there? Yeah, there is. You don't want the NB flag. GC. There you go. There you go. Why did I think we didn't have that? We don't fly that very often, I guess. I just am digging to make sure I understood her. She is literally claiming a district sent in a poll book, a legal document showing who voted. Yes. Where none of them were registered. Yes, that is what she is saying.
Options. Option number one is that the poll book numbers are not going to match.
They don't.
The actual. Not by thousands and thousands of votes. That's not what we see right now.
You take a look
option number
again.
one.
Take a look again.
Option number two is that they essentially were filling in names of people who didn't vote.
Dead people too.
So is that? I
Let's
guess
let
is that your
Representative
suggestion?
Johnson ask his question, and then when
I
he's
thought that
done,
was his answer. Okay.
Well, I guess that's
well-
my question here is why we're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
What?
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes. So
I know what
are you
I
saying
saw.
that they're filling in?
I know what I
names?
saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
okay,
I'm just trying to ask you a
let me,
legitimate question here.
yeah, let's
Not if you're wrong, you go to prison. If you obviously perjure yourself. Someone who's currently drunk, I'm less insane than this woman.
let Representative Johnson ask his question, and then don't interrupt him,
President Johnson, by the way, who is a Republican.
and then if you want to respond to it, that's
This is a
fine.
Republican she is responding
Do you have
to.
more, Representative?
Yeah, I guess I just want to keep following back up with the poll book. So are we saying that the poll book is either wildly off or that they are
Wildly
filling
off.
in names?
It's wildly off, and dead people voted, and illegals voted.
Okay.
So that's my answer.
I think
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Do we... The hearing did not show any evidence of widespread voter fraud by the time it was over. Is this lady... Does she have a name or... I just want to see if her life has been ruined, you know? Yeah, she's nutty. When you realize that your side may be the bad... I mean... President Trump and other witnesses, okay. Do they not have a witness here? I don't... I can't find her name anywhere. Melissa Carone? Okay. Okay. Melissa Carone. Who is this? According to Inside Edition. Rose all day. The 33-year-old single mom is an aspiring actress and model and a computer specialist who was hired to troubleshoot the ballot machines on election night. Also raising eyebrows, the fact that Carone was charged in 2018 with obscenity for allegedly emailing sexually explicit video to her boyfriend's ex. She pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, which was dismissed after she served probation. Oh, I don't want to see his dick. Come on, stop it. Okay. So she's just... But she said her life was ruined. Is her life ruined? Recently got off probation for computer crime? Wait, what? She was on 12 months probation for what? Probably that same thing. Okay. They're smuggled inside food bams? Her claims even seem to spark confusion in Fox Business host Lou Dobbs.
With much more.
Whistleblower and her attorney. Okay.
Or is the author of that sworn affidavit, Melissa Carone. She was contracted by Dominion Voting
Jesus
Services
Christ.
to offer
stop it.
Technical support while votes were being counted.
Look. Hey, whatever makes you feel confident and lovely and beautiful, okay? I am making no judgments about how this person looks. I'm glad that she is happy with herself, and I hope that every day she looks in the mirror and thinks, fucking slay, bitch. However, I feel like she was plucked straight from the 90s or early 2000s. I don't know. I don't know about this. I hope she digs it, though, okay?
Detroit. David Kallman, who is Melissa's attorney, joins us here this evening. We welcome you both. And Melissa, I want to just say, first of all, my compliments.
It's definitely
to you
the
for
lip
having
gloss.
The courage to step forward and to say exactly what you saw and to defend the integrity of our electoral process. And I want you to know I'm deeply grateful, and I'm sure all Americans are deeply grateful to you. Let me start with the most egregious part of
all right, okay. There seems to be an obvious I like attention thing going on here, right? This just seems I was about to say this, citizen, but you kind of said the same thing. Looks like political system Trump was turned the political system into reality TV. This looks like reality TV to her. Like I'm getting a strong reality TV vibe.
Your affidavit, multiple counts of the same ballots. How did that happen?
So the workers are handed ballots in stacks of 50s. They are referred to as batches, and they run them through the tabulators.
Tabulate.
When the ballot has any kind of a mark on it, it'll stop. The tabulator will stop completely, and the computer will put up an error, and it'll say, ballot number 25 has an error. And
wow. Right.
So the process would be to take ballot number 25, as well as all of the other ballots that had already went through the tabulator, off.
Okay.
Put them back in a pile. Put ballot number 25 on top of the stack. Discard the whole batch and rescan it.
Okay.
And instead they went through that process several times. Describe the night shift chaos.
Lou Dobbs is like, yes, bitch, please continue. What is that? So she's describing how they count things And she's saying, hey, when they count them, if they see within a batch of 50, if there's an error within the batch of 50, apparently they void that batch that has been counted already. They pull it back, recount all of them. I don't know why they would do that in 50s, but that's how they do it, I guess. So the claim is they have contingencies if they find errors on ballots. Also, she definitely has a script here, but
that you described. Food vans apparently showing up, but not with food, but with ballots, apparently. Give us a sense of what happened there.
So so I worked a 24-hour shift. I started at 6 a.m. and I got off at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. The next day. So I started at 6 a.m. November 3rd, got off at 6 a.m. November 4th.
Wowzers.
So I was there during their day shift and their night shift.
We understand how 24 hours works. We get it. I don't know if you know this. I have existed for a day. It's true.
The city provides the workers with food for their shift. Well, they only had enough food for 1/3 of their workers.
Okay.
So that is the reason why they were claiming that these vans were brought in.
Let me get this straight. There are food trucks. She worked for a whole day, 24 hours, from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. And they brought food, but there wasn't enough food. So therefore, voter fraud. Look, as a Michigander, I like a glizzy too, okay? If I don't get my daily dose of glizzy gulping in, all right? I'm going to get hangry and I might miscount stuff, all right? But me not having enough glizzies in my gullet doesn't mean that Joe Biden lost the election. This is strange.
But these vans did not have food taken out of them.
And the vans that showed up,
the lawyer, this guy is dying inside.
To be filled with food. What did they have in them? Do you know?
I never saw anything being brought out of the vans. I know that whatever was being brought out of the vans was being brought out of the back of the vans. But
whoa, I'm sorry. This is breaking news. If you type in food van, okay? You get food trucks, okay? Notice how okay, sure, there's a back, but this is a food truck, not a food van. If I look up a Dodge Caravan, okay, you can see that. I mean, why would you pack the back of the van? Sure, there's a big door there and a lot of cargo space, but the slidey doors are... Look, yep, there it is. If you use clearly... Fold the seats down and use the side doors. I don't know why you're using the back of the van. That's all I got to say. Pretty sus if you ask me. Backs of vans? I don't know. What are the backs of vans even for?
I was not allowed over in that area at all. But the vans were definitely not big enough to be carrying enough food for 2/3 of those workers.
But were they big enough to carry ballots?
Well, it's all very suspicious. It is very clear.
Lou Dobbs doing his best to agree with this woman is the hell he deserves.
You have witnessed highly irregular activities in that counting session. And David, I want to turn to you.
Please, for the love of God, David, can you communicate in a human fashion?
How well protected is Melissa as a contractor for Dominion voting, the voting systems, and your role here?
Well, I'm the lead attorney with Great Lakes Justice Center. We filed a complaint on behalf of 2 voters and residents of Wayne County. Melissa is one of our witnesses who provided an affidavit, as well as many other people. We have affidavits from another whistleblower, Jesse Jacob, who is an employee of the city of Detroit, worked in the election department. She delineates all kinds of fraud and problems she saw. Then also an attorney, Zachary Larson, who's a former Michigan assistant attorney.
Oh, here are other people who aren't this woman. Let's see what they got.
Attorney General, worked under both Republican and Democrat administrations, and he saw many acts that were incredibly concerning to him. We got an affidavit just this afternoon, Lou, from Ruth Johnson, who is our former Secretary.
I get paid.
Thanks, Comfy Bra. Appreciate you for the dollar.
State, who just left that position 2 years ago, and she reviewed our complaint and all the affidavits, and she recommended to the court. We had a hearing today at 3:00.
Okay.
And she recommended to the court that the court intervene and take action to order an audit.
Yes.
Michigan now has a new constitutional provision that allows voters to request a results-oriented audit to ensure the accuracy and integrity of elections. So we're asking the court, and we did it today. We had about a 2-hour hearing.
Simps for Bernie, thanks for following. What's this have to do with this
The judge
bitch?
is going to rule at noon on Friday as to whether or not an injunction will issue to stop the certification of the votes, and then whether or not there will be a audit ordered, as well as a protective order to protect evidence.
So this doesn't have anything to do with Quaalude Tammy.
Not destroyed. So that's what
Baby
we
doll,
asked
thanks for
today.
following.
And Melissa's been very brave to come out with her affidavit, as well as the others. You can go to our website, greatlakesjc.org, and you can see the complaint and all the affidavits and read it all for yourself.
Currently transporting COVID test kits from Fort Worth to Austin in the back of my Dodge Grand Caravan. So that's one thing you can use in the back? Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. Great.
Hurt Muskertwad! Thanks for the 2 months.
Super.
Gub.
Thank you very much. Melissa, as we go, I want to give you the last word. You work for Dominion.
Okay.
Did you complain to Dominion about what you were seeing, and what was their response? We have just about a minute.
I absolutely did. I confronted
Is that a tear?
boss.
Is that a tear? Enhance, computer enhance. Is she tearing? Did she try to do an acting? I don't like it.
And he told me that he doesn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it. He said, it is not our job to be running their election. We are here to assist with IT.
Melissa Carone, again, our thanks for stepping forward. David Coleman, thank you.
She stepped forward. And when asked about it, she's like, hey, I wasn't allowed to see any of this, but I have very strong suspicions about it. Lose my fucking mind hearing the word affidavit being used as the only defense for this bullshit. I know, right? Anyway, here's these guys. You can't see it, but there is a tube running between their 2 brains. So when one uses the RAM, the other one doesn't get any between their 2 brains. It's like a 2 PC setup for streaming, but you still didn't pay enough. Wishy, thanks for following.
She's 100% correct.
Yeah.
She's a what? 100% correct?
Normal job.
No.
She's 100% correct.
Okay.
Get Democrats when you don't believe their narrative or will abide by their rules, they're going to destroy your whole life.
Yep, and they'll put out a goal to keep on doing it and doing it and digging you deeper in the ground. But at the end of the day, you got to stand up for America, because if you don't stand up for America, guess what happens? They'll just dig deep in it when they're at the top elites.
Well,
what does any of that mean? What does it mean? She's 200% correct. I said, I don't fucking know. This is so bad.
Well, but that's the problem. This is the representative asked, so why don't we see all these other witnesses?
Jen, thanks for following.
She said it perfectly. Because they don't want their life absolutely destroyed just for trying to put out there what they see in their witness. But
what they see in their witness. Is anyone else thirsty for rum right now? There's some sort of... I just got a craving. I don't know where it came from. I'm not convinced those two were all words. Those were even words. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know what the one on the right has a speech impediment. Then what's the one on the left's fucking deal? So if he's got a speech impediment and this guy's got a speech impediment, then what the fuck are they doing? I can't understand them. I don't think they have speech impediments. I think they're both just incredibly stupid. Because it's not like if we take the time to double listen. Like, I have this friend. His name is Richie. Okay, he has an incredibly ridiculous stutter. It's just like really hard for him especially when he gets excited, for him to communicate properly to people in a succinct way, because his stutter is very in the way. It hits on S's and T's and K's and M's and N's and B's. So he's often like doing that kind of stuff, and I love Richie to death, and he's one of my best friends of all time, and he's a beautiful person, and he's not dumb. He doesn't sound dumb. He just sounds like he has a speech impediment. These guys sound dumb. He may also have a speech impediment. The speech impediment is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Oh God, I hit my screen. It's irrelevant. I hit my second monitor. My third monitor, I guess. I don't know which one's right to left. I don't know. I hit it. I smacked the shit out of it. Like, it's irrelevant. You can have a big speech impediment and not sound dumb. Again, Richie, who has a much more severe speech impediment than these two have ever had in their life, does not sound dumb. Like, I am so tired of them using the speech impediment as a fucking like get out of jail free card here. You're just stupid. Seahawk, thanks for following. Appreciate you. Single core GPUs. I gotta fix this. This is like, okay, well, it left a. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? No, you can't. It left a mark on my wrist. I'm wounded, chat. I got a field injury. Anyway, okay.
We have a country to pretty much save, and if you don't come out and put out what you have seen, you won't have a life after.
Oh no.
They're gonna
You're not gonna have a life after? What do these guys think their lives are going to be?
Democrats going to take and rule, and they're going to be the totalitarians running around because they're going to tell you how to do. You can already
the totalitarians, because they're going to tell you how to do. The Democrats are going to win. They're going to be the totalitarians, and they're going to tell you how to do. I cannot fucking deal with this. This is not a speech impediment. This is not what speech impediments sound like. He's not stuttering. He doesn't have a lisp. He just doesn't know stuff. Not knowing stuff isn't a speech impediment. It's being dumb.
already see what Joe Biden is going to talk about, the 4 to 6 mandate lockdown, mass lockdown, pretty much telling you straight out that you have to abide by us and everything. Kamala Harris and all of her cabinet picks.
Yep.
Yeah. I am 100% IQ shaming. Sure, whatever. If you want to opt out of getting paid to stay at home, cool. But there's not going to be anything to do outside. Everything's shut down. That's okay. This is the point where it's gotten to. It didn't have to be this way. Thank you, Peter, the brewer, for following. It didn't have to be this way. You wouldn't have to go through any lockdown whatsoever if you had only observed the basic rules of how to deal with a global pandemic at the beginning of this. Seriously, if you had only done it at the beginning, it would be over. Everywhere else is doing okay. We are the worst country on the planet with this. If you had only just listened, you just chill. Just chill at home for a little bit. That's all. That's all it'll take. Chill at home for a little bit, and they're going to give you some money to do it. And then when it's all done, winter will be over, and we'll be able to go do stuff. That's okay. Like, just fucking chill. You fucking losers. You absolute fucking losers.
And if you don't, then you will be fined and thrown in jail. But another thing.
Put their own in jail. Is that a little bit of a dog whistle there, buddy? Put their own in jail. Okay.
How does the chairperson, legislator, don't even know that? He's asking, why is there not a lot of people coming out? Like, more people coming out? Because, like you said, you don't realize that they're getting threatened and all that other stuff. Does no one really see what's going on? You don't remember the Michigan canvassers literally saying stuff? That was in your own state that you're literally having this hearing in. You don't.
And it turned. Look, we can't. I don't know. I don't know why these guys think this is the way things work, but they absolutely think that if someone says something, then that means the thing has to be listened to. That's not how it works. If you say something and when someone goes, "Can you prove it?" it would behoove you to do that. When you say, "No, I can't prove it. I'm just saying it." That's not how things work. You have to prove it. You didn't do that. Why didn't you do that? It would be... If I were a Trump supporter and I saw fraud, I would simply prove it. That's how I would do it.
I don't remember when they got literally threatened and all this other stuff called racist and all this other stuff.
You're racists.
And then they flipped over because and then it got unflipped and everything. They threaten you because anything you go against them and expose what they're doing to try to steal this election in this situation, they're going to go after you and attack you.
Okay. It's interesting. It's really interesting. According to the young conservative brothers, whose names are Joel and Trevor, that's fact. Joel and Trevor think it is more... Okay. On one hand, you have a bunch of people voted for a guy you didn't want to win, and in spite of that, he won. A bunch of people just voted for the other guy. On the other hand, you have a multi-state conspiracy under the purview of the Trump-led federal government that managed to, as a cabal of conspirators, find a way to make 7 million more people be considered voters for Joe Biden rather than actually being voters for Joe Biden. Through subterfuge, through fraud, through dead people, whatever. You find it more likely that there is a cabal of conspirators throughout the country. You find that more reasonable than finally a bunch of black people voted in the United States, taking from you Georgia. And in multiple of the states that you're upset about, like, let's look at the states. I never take an opportunity to show you this electoral map, but we'll finally do it. We'll look at the electoral map for once. What state are you upset about? Arizona? He went against John McCain for fucking years. Georgia? We just enfranchised 800,000 black voters in Georgia with the help with the help of activists. Like in Michigan, purple as fuck the whole time. Donald Trump has been very bad for the Michigan economy, especially during the summer of 2020. Wisconsin, not great. not great there. All you had to do was understand that a bunch of people support Black Lives Matter. Like, the Kenosha thing didn't help. Like, I don't know. Pennsylvania? Come on, man. Philadelphia exists. I don't know. Black voters are coming out. I don't understand why you're confused that you lost this election by 7 million votes. Why are you confused that you lost this? How is it inconceivable? Donald Trump is not a popular president unless you are a Republican. Did you know that most people aren't Republicans? It's very easy to understand how this wouldn't work if only you could take off your bias towards your own political party. I understand how Hillary lost. I'm not a Hillary supporter necessarily, but I voted for her instead of Donald Trump and would do so again. What? Why are you confused by this? Donald Trump is not liked by millions of people out loud since 2016, and yet you are surprised people voted against him. It's very weird to me that you have this dissonance. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, but that's what they're probably doing right now in Georgia.
Batty Bell, what's up?
Seats coming up.
Oh,
they're already cheating right in their faces.
No,
and
they're still going to use Dominion.
Oh yeah, they will.
Anyone, this is getting a little off topic, but if you're in Georgia or anything,
I thought this was the one with the speech impediment. He just if you get a lot of habit, like what? He's not saying words.
For those Senate races, I would not go out and I'll tell your leaders, I'm not voting. Your representatives, I'm not voting because you're going to still use this glitchy software that's proven to be, it's used in Venezuela, Cuba, rig their elections. It's used to rig elections. And why are we going to still vote from this when
What? Dominion counties went for Trump overall. Interesting. Surprise.
we just saw what happened with the 2020 presidential election?
Yeah, because none of your votes are going to matter with this Dominion
That's
software.
the thing. At the end of the day.
So getting back into topic.
I don't even know what. How do you even prove that, dude?
This is just what normal Democrats do.
And also throughout the hearing, there was one black lady, one representative, that she was saying to this one, she's an Indian girl, one of the first witnesses that came out. She was, what's your name? What's your name? Spell it out for you. Spell it, just going intimidating pretty much. Mm-hmm. And the chairman had to step up. We're not here to intimidate the witnesses. But that's exactly what the Democrats are. They're trying to intimidate them until they just, I give up because I don't want to be intimidated. My life would get ruined, everything. Mm-hmm. But that's what the Dems are. They intimidate just to get until they get what they want.
Are you intimidated by Democrats, kids? Not voting Republican to own the libs. Hell yeah, dude. Like, they're just saying words. They're not even saying good words. They're just saying words. You, in a court case, you give your name. True. I don't know. Anybody scared of the Democrats? The big Nancy Pelosi sitting there waterboarding Republicans like, no, you don't vote for Donald Trump.
Just like Antifa and BLM.
Yeah, they'll pretty much riot and get whatever they want.
At the end of the
day,
day,
much shut you down.
But
they pretty much riot and get whatever they want. Do you know what? You know what BLM wants out of their riots? For you to stop killing black people with guns. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop shooting them. That's all. That's the whole thing.
Honestly, are we surprised? Yeah. No. Are we again disgusted?
Yes.
Once again, because we're disgusted with all the Democrats anymore.
You guys are a couple of losers, and it bothers you that you lost, you little bitch. What are these two schmucks doing with all their Trump merch? That's rum merch. This is actually rum.
And it's still, it's very deceiving to everyone else because they're not paying attention as much as we are and as some Americans. Yeah. But it's easy to see.
No, because if you're even looking up at anyways and think for yourself for a little, 1% if you think for yourself, you'll see this and it's like, these Democrats are evil. They hate this country. They hate everything that is good.
Name something good about the country that I don't like. Hey, Jag Noir, this is a good point. This is a good time for you because you're here in chat saying weird stuff. What's something that you think is good that I don't think is good? What's something that you think is good here? Let me talk in your accent. What's something you think is good in America that your boy doesn't think is good? Tons of stuff, sure. Tons of stuff. What don't I like? What don't I like that you like? What's a thing you don't like? Let's hear it. Let's hear it, buddy. What you got? What you got? I'll tell you why. Your ability to make your life the way you want it without being taxed to death. How you feel about trans people, Jag Noir? How do you feel about trans people, Jag? Jag, how you feel about trans people? How many genders are there, Jag? Jag, how you feel about that, Jag? Jag. How you feel, Jag? Only 2 genders? Well, I just thought you said you wanted the ability to someone to make their life whatever way you wanted it. But there's only 2. How can you say there's only 2 genders when you just said you want someone's ability to make their life the way you want it, Jag? You're not making much sense here, brother. If in fact you were for freedom, you'd be like, do whatever you want. Have how many ever genders you want to have. Live your life to the fullest to be happy, fellow American. I don't give a shit about that. You go do what you want. Instead, you spend your time and energy being a transphobic cunt for no reason. Next question. What else do you think that there are? Well, they can do whatever they want. Just don't try to convince me, see? Just don't try to convince me. I don't want to be decent to my fellow Americans. Do you like Americans or not, Jag? How do you feel about Americans, Jag? Oh, do you only like Americans that agree with you, Jag? You piece of shit, Jag? Oh. It's not fear, it's disgust. I'm disgusted by your ability to be free, unlike me, Jag, who has to jag off all the time to Donald Trump, who's my entire personality. Guess what, Jag? You're a loser. You lost. Sorry, Jag. Fucking Jag. It's a shame. It's really a shame. I'm for freedom, unless it's freedom that someone else does, and I don't like it. Surprise, another Republican that doesn't like freedom. Get fucked, Jag. Get fucked. Any true red-blooded American, you should give a shit about freedom, even if it's not a freedom that you would partake in yourself, such as transness. I am not a trans person. I will not participate in being trans, ever. It's not a thing. Sadly, I have to stick with being a beautiful, beautiful man instead of a beautiful, beautiful lady or a beautiful, beautiful non-binary person. However, it's the way I want to live my life. It's the way that makes me comfortable. And there's nothing that makes me feel like freedom is reigning in America more than seeing someone live their life the way that they want to live it, goddammit. The best goddamn way to celebrate freedom is to celebrate others' freedoms to do shit that you wouldn't want to do your goddamn self. Just saying. These guys are done. That's the end of the video. They got nothing else to say. All I want you to know is, if you want to be a goddamn free American, you better celebrate other people's freedoms as well. Have a good night. Maze fucking be. There's no such thing as an anarcho-communist. Okay, Bobby Boucher. I'm not an anarcho-communist, but I can disagree with you. I don't know why you want to talk about that. If you're fighting for communism, that means you want the state to provide it. Oh, okay. So then you are not an anarchist. Oh, so you fundamentally misunderstand what that means. That's okay. You just misunderstand what that means. Yeah. You just don't understand it. That's okay. You don't have to understand it. But you shouldn't be here's a little tip, Bob. You shouldn't be asserting things that are untrue just because you don't understand them. Done. Good times. Good times. If you're a true communist who is an anarchist, then you don't need to fight for it. You make it happen. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Bobby. That's the dumbest. But God damn it, I don't understand why. Why do I have to have? Stop it! Stop it! I don't look. It's not a pineapple. It's corn, and the fact that I can make you look stupid while wearing it is the point. You don't understand what you're talking about. I'm not even. This is like when people say wrong things about Kamala Harris, and I'm forced to defend her. Why do you do these things? Why do you have to be so insultingly wrong about stuff? It's easy for you to be correct about stuff, and instead, against all odds, you choose incorrectness. It's wild to me. Met Mahagandhi and Public Loser, thanks for following. It's like absolutely so fucking stupid. All right, Bobby, you shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up for a little bit, okay? You shut the fuck up. You get 10 minutes, a hot 10. You can come back if you want. I don't give a fuck. But you are just goddamn stupid. I can't fucking deal with that. Cannot deal with that. Saw the video recently of the MAGA rapper debate about COVID, and I feel like I could have done a little better. You let him off the topic and didn't know, but Rose City, no one cares. No one cares what you think. You couldn't have done better. You couldn't have done better. I had to let my co-host also talk, and I had to let the other guy talk too. You're not ready for this shit, okay, kid? You couldn't have done better. You know what you would have done? Been shouted down. Okay? All right? Everyone could have done better insofar as, hey, don't vote for Donald Trump, okay? I was there. I was there before. All right? Can't do it. I'd rather pound a nail into my cock than support leftism. Do it, pussy. Lamb the lion. Do it, pussy. Pound a nail into your pee-pee. Do it. Pound a nail into your flat little dick. You fucking won't. You fucking won't do it. I'll give you $10 if you pound a nail into your dick. You coward. You fucking won't do it. Absolute idiot. You will not do it. There's no fucking way. Do it. Pound a nail in. Come on, otherwise you gotta learn how to be correct. Do it, you fucking bitch. You fucking won't. Well, I'm not supporting leftism. I know. I'd rather put a nail into my cock than support leftism. Therefore, pound a nail into your cock or support leftism. You fucking fool. Do it, Lamb the lion. I'd rather pound a nail into my cock than support leftism. Yes, I can read it. Yes, you're not supporting leftism, so pound the nail in, bitch. Do it. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You said the same thing several times. Pound a nail into your tiny little dick. If you need someone to see it. Sounds like you're a leftist now, boy. That's what I thought. Not for... You don't understand what it means. You don't understand what you're saying because you're an idiot. I would rather not support leftism. Look, you just... Okay, all right. Okay, buddy. All right. I am going to time you out. That's okay. You don't get to lie to me about pounding a nail into your tiny pee-pee and then get to stick around. There's just no way that happens. More like Lamb the bitch. I'd rather pound a nail into my cock. Then do it! Let me see it. I support your ability to pierce your own ding-dong. I'm here for that. That's your freedom. But you better fucking do it. Don't do self-harm? Oh, I guess I figured it was more like a Like a piercing, but yeah. Vid pics or it didn't happen. I better see it. And it better be with a. You better write on your penis in very fine print. Sorry for being a puss, Jake. And then smash it. Smash it with a nail. Anyway. If there's any chuds that actually want to talk, that'd be ideal. But usually they're just fucking dumb. Why are they always like this? Why can't I get a right-winger in chat that goes, here's why I disagree. I disagree with, I don't know, decriminalization of marijuana on these grounds. Instead, it's like, if Joe Biden wins, I'm going to pierce my own dick with a sawed-off shotgun. And it's like, well, that's not reasonable, is it? I mean, we could talk about it. I could try to convince you. And be like, I'd rather, instead of admitting there's more than two genders and that pretty lady over there might have a pee-pee, I'd rather cut my own balls off. And it's like, you're doing the same thing, sort of. You're kind of doing this. It's a little bit the same thing. It's not for the same reason. But like, I don't know. Anyway. Terminating cliches. So dumb. So fucking dumb. You know if it's reasonable or possible to unite reason and conservatism? I know there's not.
Her ramble was just a gorilla.
Which is why if you show them reason, they'll not be that anymore. Miss Kelly, thanks for following. Reasons why I am a chud. Leftist insert homophobia, 4chan and based, LOL True, that's pretty much how there you go.